Morning breaks gently over a small cottage, where ivy clings to stone walls. Luma moves quietly through the cottage yard. Nearby, Mara lounges in the doorway. The air between them feels wrong, like a scale tipped too far in one direction, waiting for something to finally shift the weight. Agnes gestures sharply toward the forest. No explanation, no kindness, just a command and the expectation of obedience. Leaving the cottage behind, the path winds through tall grass that whispers secrets as she passes. The cottage grows smaller with each step, until it's just a memory on the horizon, and the forest opens its arms to welcome her inside. Light filters through the canopy in golden beams that catch dust motes dancing like tiny stars. The world transforms here, quieter, softer, alive with magic that doesn't announce itself, but simply exists in the spaces between shadows and sun. Deep in the trees, Luma discovers a spring so clear it looks like liquid glass. Water flows over smooth stones, and flowers bloom in colors that seem almost too bright to be real. Beside the spring stands an old woman, bent with age, her clothes worn thin, her eyes holding depths that speak of lifetimes. The woman asks for water with a voice like wind through leaves. Luma doesn't hesitate. She fills her hands and offers what little she has, never questioning whether this stranger deserves her kindness. The old woman drinks, and as she does, the forest seems to hold its breath. This is no ordinary woman. This is Fairy Aurelia, and she has been testing hearts. A blessing flows from her lips like honey, like promise, like recognition of something precious that the world tried too hard to hide. As Luma thanks her with genuine gratitude, diamonds spill from her mouth, tumbling through the air to land softly among moss and flowers. Each word she speaks creates more, a cascade of light and beauty born from simple kindness. Luma stares in wonder, not grasping yet what this means, only knowing that something fundamental has shifted. She walks home through paths that now feel different, richer, fuller, humming with possibility. Diamonds trail behind her like breadcrumbs made of starlight, marking her journey through the trees. At the cottage, she speaks, and diamonds spill onto the stone floor. Agnes freezes, her harsh features slack with disbelief. Mara's eyes ignite with something darker than surprise, jealousy so pure it could poison water. The questions come rapid fire. How? Where? What did you do? Luma answers honestly, explaining the spring, the old woman, the simple act of offering water. Nothing special, nothing calculated. But Agnes and Mara only hear opportunity. Mara is shoved toward the forest with barely concealed greed pushing her forward. She walks the same path her sister traveled, but everything feels different through her eyes. The beauty doesn't touch her. The magic doesn't move her. She sees only a transaction waiting to happen. Kindness as currency, compassion as investment. The spring looks the same. The old woman waits beside it, patient and knowing. But when she asks for water, Mara's response drips with disdain. Get it yourself. Do I look like a servant? Words sharp as knives, cutting without care. The forest darkens. Shadows stretch longer, colder. The fairy's expression shifts from hopeful to sorrowful, to something harder, judgment waiting to fall like an axe. Her staff rises. Power swirls in the air, a curse instead of a blessing. Punishment wearing the same face as reward, twisted into its opposite. Mara opens her mouth to protest, and toads tumble out. Slimy, disgusting, living proof that what lives in your heart always finds a way to show itself. She recoils in horror, backing away as more toads hop and scatter, each one a reminder of cruelty repaid. She runs. Through the forest she flees, toads trailing behind her like a grotesque parade. When she bursts into the cottage yard, Agnes sees immediately what has happened. The horror on her face mirrors her daughter's, not remorse for cruelty, but shock at consequences finally arriving. Toads pile up on the stones. Mara weeps, but her tears change nothing. The curse holds firm, unbreakable, teaching a lesson that some people only learn through suffering. Luma watches from the doorway, her gentle eyes full of sadness. Not satisfaction, not vindication, just sorrow for a sister. Agnes backs away from her cursed daughter, disgust replacing whatever love might have existed before. Mara realizes in that terrible moment that she is alone, abandoned by the mother who pushed her toward greed. She runs again, this time away from everything she's ever known. Into the countryside she flees beneath darkening skies, toads hopping in her wake, exile wearing the face of liberation she'll never recognize. The cottage grows quiet. Peace settles like dust after a storm. Luma gathers the diamonds with gentle hands, not hoarding them, but simply caring for them the way she cares for everything, with respect and humility. Agnes watches her differently now, seeing clearly for the first time what she should have valued all along. Regret softens the hard lines of her face, but some lessons come too late to undo the damage. Time passes. Villagers hear of Luma's gift, gathering to witness diamonds that fall from kindness itself. They marvel not at the wealth, but at the girl who remains unchanged by it, still humble, still gentle, still giving water to anyone who asks. From the forest edge, Fairy Aurelia watches, satisfied. Her true form shimmers in and out of view, golden and eternal, guardian of balance, keeper of the scales that measure what matters most. As evening paints the sky in shades of rose and amber, the cottage glows with warmth it never held before. Luma stands in the doorway, silhouetted against candlelight, looking out at a world that finally makes sense. The diamonds rest on the worn table inside. Beautiful, yes, but no more precious than the heart that earned them. Birds soar free above fields that stretch endlessly green. The forest breathes peacefully. This is the lesson the world remembers, that compassion enriches more than gold ever could, that what you carry in your heart will always reveal itself, whether in diamonds or toads. Luma walks the countryside paths with quiet confidence now, understanding that true wealth has nothing to do with what falls from your lips. The magic didn't change her. It simply revealed what was already there. And somewhere in the distance, Mara learns the hard way, what Luma always knew. You can't fake compassion. You can't perform kindness. You can't trick the universe into rewarding what you don't genuinely possess. Some lessons sparkle. Some lessons hop away on slimy feet. Both teach the same truth. Be careful what you carry inside, because sooner or later, it will find a way out.
If you loved this story, subscribe to our channel for more magical fairy tale adventures. And keep the magic alive. Until next time, my friends.